everyone, it's finally Friday, which means it's that time of the week once again because here is the MB Rundown. Let's start off with something that could be of great help to all of us as we look forward to 2018, which will be the year of the dog, and make plans for special events we may have for the year, like weddings, reunions, or just those long weekends we can have to ourselves or with our loved ones. So start booking those tickets because Malacanang released last Wednesday the official list of regular and special non-working holidays for 2018, as approved by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte under Proclamation 269. Of course, we will have the usual holidays like New Year and Christmas, but 2018 will offer us at least 10 possible stretches of long weekends lasting at least 3 days each and more. So let's go through them one by one. The first long weekend falls on the Chinese New Year, and that will be on February 16, which falls on a Friday. So we will be having February 16 to 18 off. And then the next long weekend will be Holy Week, March 29, 30, 31, and April 1, right on the dot, would be a 4-week holiday. Up next, we have the Araw ng Kagitingan, or the Day of Valor, which will fall from April 7 to 9. And April 9 will be a Monday, so you have your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Labor Day next year, May 1, will fall on a Tuesday, so it'll be better if you file a leave on a Monday so that you can have 4 days of the week off. Independence Day next year also falls on a Tuesday, so you guys know what to do. And the last of the series of holidays that fall on a Tuesday is August 21 next year, which is Ninoy Aquino Day, which will be a special non-working holiday. So you can take August 18 to 21 off. Next on the list is National Heroes Day, which falls on a Monday this time, so you can take August 25 to 27 off. And 2018 will be one of those years where we would get to enjoy a long break for our Undas and All Saints Day from November 1 to 4. And before 2018 ends, there will be 2 more long weekends that will come our way. So that'll be from December 22 to 25 because Christmas is falling on a Tuesday. And para po sa ating huling hirit will be December 29 to 31 and January 1, with New Year's Eve on December 31, a special non-working holiday falling on a Monday, and January 1 itself being a Tuesday. I guess that's one of the great ways to end 2018 and welcome 2019. But we are getting ahead of ourselves because, of course, there were other news that grabbed the headlines this past week. So shift back to 2017, President Rodrigo Duterte has asked Congress to extend martial law in Mindanao until the end of the year. According to presidential spokesperson Ernesto Abella, the president proposed to the Senate President Coco Pimentel and House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez to continue military rule in the southern Philippines for 5 more months because the looming situation in Mindanao has to be addressed. With this proposal, the President has required that the suspension of the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus be likewise extended. The President says that he has come to the conclusion that the existing rebellion in Mindanao has prompted him to issue Proclamation number 216 on the 23rd of May 2017 because the siege in Marawi will not be quelled completely by 22nd July 2017. And for the reason of public safety, he calls upon the Congress to extend until the 31st of December 2017 or for such a period of time as the Congress may determine the proclamation of martial law and the suspension of privilege of the writ of habeas corpus in Mindanao be lifted. Whether or not this extension will be granted by the Congress will be decided on the 22nd of July, Saturday. Another matter that caught our attention this week was the decision of the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or the LTFRB, to crack down on about 40,000 Uber and Grab vehicles which it had deemed to be operating illegally. Already, the agency had already imposed a penalty of 5 million pesos each on Uber Systems Incorporated and Grab Philippines for such violations. But the agency's move to stop the 40,000 so-called Transport Network Vehicle Services, or TNVS, from operating has raised an uproar from the public. This means that only 3,700 Uber and Grab operators or drivers who possess the necessary permits that LPFRB requires can continue to serve the riding public. So that's about 36,000 Uber or Grab clients going through their day without a ride. But Senator Grace Poe, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Services, said that existing colorum TNVS under Uber and Grab may continue to provide services pending the final resolution of the transport impasse with the LTFRB. Poe had a closed-door meeting with the LTFRB, Grab, and Uber officials on Wednesday, so don't give up on those ride-hailing apps just yet. The peace talks between the government and the communists just hit another snag, and it's a major one. Because this time, the infraction committed by the New People's Army, or the NPA, hit close to the heart of no less than President Rodrigo Roa Duterte himself, who had bent over backwards to accommodate the insurgent group just to get them back into the fold of law. On early Wednesday, 4 members of the Presidential Security Group, or the PSG, were wounded after they engaged a group of suspected NPA members in a firefight in Arakan, North Cotabato. It was reported that a convoy of 2 PSG vehicles was stopped at a fake checkpoint set up by 50 NPA rebels dressed in military uniform like that worn by members of the Task Force Davao in Arakan. But when the rebels saw that the approaching vehicles bore government men, they fired at the vehicles, wounding 4 of the president's close-in guards. The PSG men were on their way to Cagayan de Oro from Panacan, Davao City as advance party for a visit by Duterte. Duterte's men were able to return fire and discovered that not 50 but over 100 had descended on them. This was such an unfortunate turn of events in the country's quest for peace with the communist side, because only a night ago Duterte hosted a group from the National Democratic Front of the Philippines and the Communist Party of the Philippines in Malacanang for an update on the ongoing peace talks with the Philippine panel. But with the attack on President's own men, the peace process with the communist rebels have indeed been put on hold. Presidential advisor of the peace process, Jesus Dureza, said Wednesday night that all back-channel talks are off, and it may as well go without saying that any chance of resuming the talks with the 5th round of negotiations is now also off. But not all hope is lost, because with regard to the government's initiatives to achieve peace in other fronts of conflict. Last Monday, President Duterte received the new draft of the Bangsamoro Basic Law, or the BBL, that was drafted by the Bangsamoro Transition Commission, or the BTC, on Monday as part of the efforts to end the conflict in Mindanao with our Muslim brothers. Duterte welcomed the draft BBL as a significant step forward in our quest to end centuries of hatred, mistrust, and injustice that caused and affected the lives of millions of Filipinos. And as such, the President is expected to lobby for its passage with Congress and give an extensive discourse on this in his State of the Nation address, or SONA, on Monday, July 24. So those were the headlines for this week, but we would like to hear what you have to say, so make sure you use the hashtag MB Rundown in all your comments, status, and tweets. I'll see you again next week.